to today's meteorology segment. It was originally streamed live to Twitch, twitch.tv/smAsho. Thanks to our followers over there. We're starting things out in today's meteorology segment looking at planet Earth in terms of surface winds. So there are the surface winds of the western portion of the planet. Here are the jet streams. And the jet streams are the best overall global weather forecasting tool you could have. It's the 250 hectopascal winds. And talk about chaotic jet streams around places like the Atlantic Ocean and North America. The jet streams are all over the place, quite incoherent over large portions of the U.S. and the Atlantic Ocean. Southern Hemisphere a little bit more coherent when it comes to the jet stream. Let's look at the eastern world's jets. There are the 250 hectopascal winds of the east. I would note once again the jet stream blowing backwards across the Indian Ocean and highly chaotic, especially in the northern hemisphere. Doubled up in the southern hemisphere. Here are the surface winds. Strong winds continue south of Australia here, pushing hurricane force winds down there, not far from the geomagnetic South Pole. Next, the NASA GOES lightning mapper. As we're interested in terrestrial lightning over the U.S., we see some over places like Ohio and West Virginia, slowly making their way into Pennsylvania. And if you're wondering where we're located, SMASH staff and I are right about there in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. And here's a real-time lightning map, courtesy lightningmaps.org, powered by blitzachtung.org. And we see some lightning just kicking off here around the Idaho-Washington border near Pullman. Hey, Pullman, there's thunder rolling in. That's a reason to watch the content live. By the way, Twitch has a great mobile app. It'll alert you when we go live. We'd like if more of our viewers used it because the Twitch mobile streaming app, the Twitch streaming on Twitch is probably the best place to stream. Streaming on Twitch is the thing. The platform is fantastic. And if it's good enough for gamers, it's probably more than you need. It's probably overkill. And we're actually looking at the satellite map here. We're going to bring up pressure and show pressure like we normally do on our meteorology segments. So here we are on windy.com. They've got a great mobile app as well. It's free. And we're not yet paid to say this, although that would be a great affiliate for us to pick up, windy.com. Anyway, we'll zoom out to the global scale here and advance pressure. Come on, Windy, you can handle it. It's the dangers of streaming live, folks. If a website doesn't load, you're pretty much screwed. Anyway, there is the pressure scenario for now. We'll advance this into the Euro forecast. There's the European forecast for pressure at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow. Some powerful lows here out to the east of New Zealand. And a massive pressure gradient here as well. Check it out. Here's a massive high pressure system. It's an anticyclone. And here's a low pressure system, creating a massive pressure gradient. I don't know why our ISO lines aren't drawn in, but we should have. There we go. There are ISO lines. And you can see how tight those ISO lines are there. That is a recipe for extreme weather. It's a massive pressure gradient. Continuing on to tropical tidbits. And we're looking at the temperature anomaly here. That is through later today. Most of the country showing anomalously cold temperatures, but the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies, anomalously high temperatures. There's one day ahead of that. It's remaining cold here, going into the weekend for the Northeast especially, but also anomalously cold temperatures all the way down there in Texas. We won't advance that any farther as forecasts beyond we'll show you 3 days. There's Sunday, and most of the country expected to remain anomalously cold there. through Sunday. Here's the weather.gov map. Still some flooding advisories here over much of the center of the country, as well as excessive heat warnings and so on in the northwest. Here's the U.S. Doppler radar map. Strong storms all the way from Missouri to north central Pennsylvania. Here's what's going on in the cloud layer. And once again, the jet stream is in charge of this funky weather, folks. We got this high pressure, clockwise rotating anticyclone here off the coast of, I'll say, the Outer Banks. And that's strong enough to be affecting the jet stream. Anyway, once again, there's the recap. There is your U.S. Doppler radar map. There is the cloud layer. And there is the water vapor map. And that's today's meteorology segment. Thanks for tuning in. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. smAsho, signing off from the Smash News Network. Least busted, name in news.